Hey guys, this is impromptu my writing Mount Rushmore part two. I I accidentally did something, pressed something. I don't really know how I could have affected it, but the recording stopped. So here's part two. I tried to do this live because it would help me a lot because it took a long old time to get the first part uploaded to YouTube. But apparently you need 1,000 subscribers to 10,000 or something to even do live streaming anymore. Or at least this says my channel does. I I don't know how all that works. I'm not interested in being really my subscriber count. I mean, it'd be nice, but that's not my main goal on my channel. But yeah, I think it's stupid, but overall, it's not that big a deal. I don't guess. Um, Part two, Resident Mount Rushmore. Part one, I don't know how to ink that, but you can find part one of my Resident Mount Rushmore pretty easy. It's it's kind of a good thing though that I got started because the first video was already, or if I did that all in one video, it'd be like 2 hours something. I didn't wanna upload a whole 2 hour video to YouTube knowing how long it would take. But my I did my legend yet on the first part of the video, my legend Mount Rushmore. Now is going to be my innovative current Resident Mount Rushmore. I'm going to try to make my points concise. I I don't know if anyone can really argue against these reviews, but still I'm going to try to make my points concise. Going to try to make them good and all that. So the first recipe I got on my recipe Mount Rushmore, my current recipe Mount Rushmore, my innovative current recipe Mount Rushmore, is a man who has been said to be the greatest NWH, or let's see if I can get this right, NJPW champion. I always get the name wrong, but the big Japanese title, being known for being the greatest champion, if not the greatest wrestler. There could be an argument that he's the greatest wrestler too, I guess, but if not that, he certainly is the greatest New Japan champion that they've had. His series of matches with Omega and Suzuki and Tanahashi, that feud was just legendary. I don't watch a lot of New Japan. I want to. I'm thinking of getting New Japan World, but I don't know. But anytime I watch one of these guys' matches, it's an event. I make it a point to pay attention. I've stayed up for the two Wrestle Kingdom just to watch him. Kazuchika Okada. You could, like I said, you can make the argument that he's the greatest professional wrestler in the modern era. But if not that, he certainly is the greatest New Japan champion that they've had. I don't want to sound hyperbolic here, but from what I know of him, everything, it seemed like he really brought New Japan back to relevancy. No disrespect to the old god, anything, but it seemed like he brought New Japan back into the public eye. Along with another man that I'm going to talk about in a minute. But, yeah, if you haven't seen an Okada match, just, they're all phenomenal. Some are better than others, but they're all terrific matches. I encourage you to go watch as much of it stuff as you can. It's just so great. How TNA met that guy up, I'll never know. But yeah, I talked about him maybe bringing New Japan back to relevancy, back to public eye, along with another guy who is touted as the best bout in the scene. I think he's had more 5-star matches in the Tokyo Dome than anyone, but I may be wrong. But that sounds about right. Best wrestler in the world, your favorite wrestler to steal that from another wrestler. I forget the name of him now. But one of my personal favorites, Kenny Omega. You talk about innovation, changing the style of professional wrestling, changing how professional wrestling is looked at. Now, I don't know if he's done everything in the way that he wants to do it in the wrestling world, but his matches against Okada in the Tokyo Dome were just some of the most legendary spectacles I've ever seen. Especially his 2 out of 3 falls match with Okada. That was really great. I think Okada understands a fundamental principle of professional wrestling. Just make the audience believe. Simple is sometimes the best way to go. Not that all of Kenny Omega's moves are so simple and stuff. Probably not as simple as Okada, who just really has the Rainmaker kill down. No disrespect to Okada, but just has the Rainmaker kill down, the big DDTs, the big elbow. And those are the big spots I kind of remember. But Kenny Omega has something down about professional wrestling that I think very few wrestlers do. Yes, there's more. Sometimes a simple way is always the best way to do things. Because you see some guy trying to kill themselves and trying to fit every spot in their matches. Not calling anybody out, I'm just using that as a generalization and an example. But Kenny Omega and Kazuchika Okada, for my money, are maybe the most simple wrestlers, but the most exciting. And someone's gonna call me out in the comments for that probably, but that's just what I remember, and that's just what I'm thinking. Not only is Kenny Omega one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, He's a guy with Okada, along with Okada, put New Japan on the map. But he's perhaps the greatest wrestler in the modern era. You could argue Okada, you could argue them both until you're blue in the face, but honestly, there's no wrong answer. You put those guys together in a ring, or with anyone, and they'll make you look like a star. I mean, Kenny Omega is a little more fun-loving than Okada. Okada is a little bit more serious. But there's a place for Nazi-oddness, a place for silliness, and a place for seriousness. But when Kenny Omega gets in the ring, he's just on another level to anyone else he's ever in the ring with. That's why he was chosen to be vice president of AEW along with Cody and the Bucks. Speaking of Cody and the Bucks, number 3. This guy, when he comes out, I can't help but smile at the thought of this guy, because I know he took a chance on himself, and he bet on himself, and he made it happen for himself. And that doesn't happen often, but when it does, you know it's because of grit, it's because of hard work, and it's because of passion. Because you can sense genuine passion. You can't fake. Well, you probably can fake passion, but someone with a keen knowledge and a good head on their shoulders can see through that. And there's really nothing fake about this man. He really is as passionate as he portrays himself to be. Number 3 on my list, Cody Rhodes. Or just Cody. He was, not only does he say one of the most awesome names in the world with me, but he is, for my money, I think the most, well, I'm not gonna say he's the most exciting, but he's one of the most exciting wrestlers I've seen. He got out of WB. I bet Vince McMahon kicks himself every day for that. But he got out from under Vince McMahon's thumb. He went to New Japan, Ring of Honor, did some stuff with Nick Aldis at NWA 70, which was fantastic, by the way. Both men just showed what they can do, especially at the 2 out of 3 falls match at NWA 70. But he took a chance on himself in a way that I'd never seen before. And I'm not going to say the only reason this came about, but one of the big reasons this came about is Dave Meltzer. Say what you want about the guy, but I've all the respect in the world for him as a wrestling journalist. I think he's a bit hyperbolic at times. Me and my friend the Edith both agree on that. Him and Brian, but our respect them both tremendously. I understand why some people don't yak him, and I didn't yak him for a little while. But then I thought, hey, even if he's not my favorite, I don't put any care for him. He deserves my respect as a wrestling journalist, as someone who's been doing this for over 30 years. But I feel like I'm fanboying over Dave Meltzer. I'm not trying to. my point was, one of the big reasons AEW got started was because of him. Someone asked Dave Meltzer on Twitter, I don't know who, but I bet that person did feel pretty high on himself that he started a whole company. A fan asked Dave, hey, do you think the Bucks, Cody, and Omega can sell out a 10,000 seat arena? And Dave was like, no, give them some time, but no, not now. And Cody responded to him. He said, I'll take that bet, Dave. So, appropriately, the name of the show was called All In. I bet there was more than 10,000 people there, but they couldn't fit all the people they wanted to, I bet. Not to mention everybody watching it around the world. Because All In was an incredible show. You had Kenny Omega vs. Pentagon Jr. You had Okada vs. Monty Girl. You had just a lot of awesome things. And a lot of wrestlers that I honestly haven't seen before. Yeah, Matt Cross and everything. I've probably heard of Matt Cross in passing, but I've never really saw any of his work. He was great. I mean, I'm pretty sure Ricky Starks was on that card, but I do not remember. But yeah, All In was pretty successful. And off the back of that, Cody cuts amazing promo, talking about revolution and pro wrestling, and it will follow him, and I just got really excited for that. But I mean, he's still young. He's like 35 or so, but he's a VIP of AW2 obviously, but he's an active wrestler too. All of the VIPs are the Bucks, Kenny Omega, and the Bucks, Kenny Omega, and himself. They're all great, innovative, active wrestlers. And if I wasn't originally planning to do this, I'm probably not going to do it today, but if I do a Mount Rushmore tag teams in wrestling, the Bucks are definitely going to be on there. I don't care what you say, I don't care who you like. For my money, the Bucks are one of the greatest tag teams of all time. But yeah, I can't help but smile when I see Cody because since his passing, I know everything around him, the AEW, is because he took a chance on himself. I mean, I'm not saying he created AEW, that'd be foolish to say. But he's a wrestling fan, first and foremost, that saw a need and did whatever he could to fill that need. I bet Vince and Triple H are kicking themselves every day for that. The only problem is AEW comes on the Wednesday night, and so does NXT. And they come on at the same time. Now, originally, I think Cody wanted a Tuesday or Thursday. I'm pretty sure it's Tuesday for AEW, which would have worked out better for me, selfishly. But I imagine TNT said something like, no, Wednesday we've got for you. And, that, okay. And NXT I mean, it had nothing to do with AW. It had nothing to do with AW, I'm sure. But NXT is also on Wednesday night on the USA Network at 8 o'clock. You two, they run back-to-back shows. And I'd be happy with that because I could watch AWs and flip over and watch NXT. But for some reason, they don't do that anymore. I'd imagine it has something to do with the business war side of things, but I do not know. But all I know is I'm sad about it. The ad putting on my ear. A quick honorable mention. Daniel Bryan. I don't think I could say he butted the door all the way for indie wrestlers because I think Ric Flair and CM Punk had a lot to do with that. But you can't deny that Daniel Bryan is one of the best. And what's funny is before he retired, I was a fan of Daniel Bryan, but I don't guess I was the biggest fan. But after I came out of retirement, he had some classics with AJ. We were robbed of him having a classic with Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke Nakamura, that's a whole nother video. I feel so sorry for what happened to him. But yeah, he became one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. I mean, he works the psychology, and it's just really great. The fourth person.
What's up, dude?
Hey,